Mayor Lisa Brown reveals her public safety plan, how she plans to address the city's crime issues, and how much it could cost taxpayers.
It is going to be a beautiful weekend, but first I'm tracking some clouds tonight. I'll let you know which areas could see showers in the first alert forecast.
And seniors at Rogers High School will have an extra special prom this year, courtesy of JCPenney. How the students plan on spending $50,000 to make sure everyone has a night to remember. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
We begin with breaking news. A section of Argonne Road in North Spokane County is now closed because of a crash. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. It happened near Bigelow Gulch and Argonne, the intersection there. That's where Bronte Saratsky is right now. So, Bronte, what can you tell us so far?
Yeah, guys, like you said, I am at that intersection of Argonne and Bigelow Gulch. Now, we don't have a lot of information yet, but we do know that a 2-person car crash is what is causing this shutdown. Now, I'm going to step out of the way just so you can see what is going on. But take a look here. All of Argonne is currently being shut off. Now, before these people started putting this crime scene tape up, a lot of people were driving over these flares, and the sheriff's officers and other law enforcement were pulling them over, telling them to turn around. So if you are coming in this area, just know that all of Argonne here at Bigelow Gulch is going to be closed while they are investigating this crash. Now, we still don't know any of the specifics of this crash, but we have reached out to law enforcement and we are waiting for them to give us those details. I'll be back with you again soon for another update, hopefully with more information. But for now, reporting live in Spokane Valley, Bronte Saratsky, 4 News Now.
Busy construction season hitting the streets of Spokane tonight, and the city says drivers are putting workers' lives in danger. It's so dangerous that the city shut down a portion of Perry on the South Hill to make sure a worker isn't hit by a car.
And drivers are cutting through neighborhoods to avoid the construction, causing a headache for the people who live there. Peter Choi is live near that area where 2 projects have drivers looking for a quick detour. So, Peter, are you seeing drivers taking the detour route?
Yes, that's right. So drivers are taking a turn to Sharp Avenue right behind me because of the construction at Washington and Boot Avenue. And that is one of the construction area where drivers are really scrambling to find the detour route. And neighbors just tell me that they see more traffic on their streets and they're concerned about their safety.
Heavy equipment and traffic cones are closing one side of the road as city crews are resurfacing the 29th Avenue on the South Hill. The city closed Perry Street between 29th and 30th because of safety concern for workers.
There was just some real dangerous safety issues happening with vehicles either not following.
Temporary closure of Perry Street is having drivers cut through the neighborhood on 30th Avenue.
People are speeding, especially in the morning. They're in a rush for work and all the streets are closed.
She lives on the 30th Avenue. She says she's concerned about reckless drivers.
We have to keep kids safe, especially with a lot of drivers and potentially not paying attention.
Some parents near the Thor and Freya construction in East Spokane echo similar concern.
I don't like them going out, playing outside the gate unless their older cousins are here or my older son's here.
He says he knows we have to deal with construction season and is asking drivers to slow down.
Especially after school. I mean, you got traffic of kids walking down here from the buses. Just be careful of that.
So drivers, 2 messages for you. Be patient and slow down. Live in Spokane tonight, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Peter. And speaking of construction, there are multiple projects beginning Monday you need to know about. First up, crews will be doing some work on Maple and Ash from Northwest Boulevard to Rowan Avenue. The city says this project will include lane closures and will only close the road if they absolutely have to. And in North Spokane, a section of East Euclid between North Market and Ralph will be closed as crews work on the North-South Freeway. Drivers are detoured north to the Wellesley Underpass. Lastly, in Spokane Valley, right off of I-90 exit at Pines, the intersection with Mission Avenue will be reconstructed, and there will be lane restrictions and delays until the fall. Crews will work at night for the next month, and then this construction is going to move to the daytime. And it's Friday. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend.
At least once the clouds begin to clear. They're going to send it over to Chris Crocker now, who's tracking some of those isolated thunderstorms.
Well, yes, right now it doesn't look like much as we head into Friday night with the overcast conditions in Spokane. And further to the south, you have to go down into parts of Oregon to find the thunderstorms, but they are trying to creep over the Washington border into the LC Valley. We have the possibility of some thunderstorm activity around Lewiston, possibly as far north as Moscow, and then into the southern portions of the Panhandle later this evening. Here's a look at our forecast radar, starting off at our current time, showing the thunderstorm activity in progress. That will be tracking to the north by 9 o'clock, a chance of rain for Lewiston. Southern portions of the Panhandle, Colfax, getting close to the central Panhandle, and then moving off into western Montana by Saturday morning. We'll be clearing out by Saturday morning for a beautiful start to the day and a beautiful start to the weekend. Meanwhile, temperatures right now, despite the clouds today, we've been running above average by almost 10 degrees. 63 in Spokane. It's 62 right now in Coeur d'Alene and St. Mary's. 68 in Lewiston. 54 in Bonners Ferry. We'll take a look at your evening forecast. We'll be cooling off into the 50s by 9 o'clock with light winds, and we'll start to see some clearing in Spokane overnight. I will be back with your weekend forecast, let you know how warm it is going to get and how it's all going to end heading into the work week. Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. With temperatures hitting the 70s this weekend, it may be tempting to get in the water, but our lakes and rivers are still extremely cold. Yesterday, Spokane County Sheriff's deputies had to rescue 2 men who fell into Horseshoe Lake while canoeing. The water was so cold they couldn't move their legs. They did have their life jackets with them, but they weren't wearing them. They were taken to the hospital where they were treated for hypothermia, and they are expected to make a full recovery. Well, spring is in the air, and so is pollen. Meteorologist Matt Gray explains if you should keep your allergy medication handy this weekend.
And the cost of owning a car is going up. We break down what's driving up prices next on 4 News Now at 6.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Save your greed! For 10 years, the 4 News Now Extreme Team has been rebuilding and rejuvenating baseball fields. Is yours next? It's that time again. Go to KXLY.com and tell us why your field needs a makeover. Diamonds and Dreams, brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
What if getting older actually meant looking better, loving better, feeling better, and even being better with money? Well, next week, see how 50 is the new 20. Plus, Huey Lewis with an epic throwback performance on Good Morning America.
Join STCU Best of Broadway for classic comedies, family favorites, and blockbuster hits. Live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Season tickets include Stephen Sondheim's smash hit musical comedy, Company. Funny Girl, the hit Broadway show with one of the greatest musical scores of all time. Hilarious fan favorite, Beetlejuice. Feel-good celebration, Mamma Mia. And the multi-Tony Award-winning new musical, MJ. Order season tickets to reserve your seats now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
There it is. That feeling you get when you can do more with less asthma. It starts with Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Can you picture it? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
Good morning. Thank you for calling Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. How may I help you today?
I'm having some problem with my air conditioner.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What sort of problem?
Well, it's making a clangety, clunk. Sound.
Oh, no worries. We can certainly take care of that for you. Here at Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, we speak your language.
We're here because the status quo is not working for most people in Spokane, and we want to move forward with enhanced community safety.
$192 million. That's how much Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown's newly proposed public safety levy would cost taxpayers if it's approved. It would cost the median household an additional $323 a year. The mayor says this money would be spread out to multiple agencies, including the police and fire departments. Our Bronte Sorotsky explains how this money is meant to better protect families across Spokane.
There will be significant negative impacts on our current ability to serve the people of Spokane.
That's what Mayor Lisa Brown says will happen without this $192 million levy. Set to cost taxpayers an average of $323 a year, the money from this proposed levy would be distributed between police, fire, the courts, and what the mayor calls community resilience.
We're talking about an emergency preparedness office within the city that would have the ability to prepare us for wildfires.
Mayor Brown knows it's a big ask.
And that is significant. We do not take that lightly.
But says that's the price of safety. Opponents say it's a price many can't afford.
Can I and my wife even afford what this, tax increase will cost us?
The fire department currently runs a few programs aimed at improving behavioral health and responding to people in crisis. It's something the city would like to expand, only operating a few days a week right now due to financial restraints.
Then they don't end up in the emergency room. They don't end up calling the fire department again. They're being cared for in an appropriate and frankly less costly manner.
Spokane police hope to use this money to add more resource officers to neighborhoods to lighten the load off other officers.
Our patrol officers are very much primarily call driven. And so this will provide a resource for our precinct captains and the leadership teams to be able to proactively address problems in the neighborhood.
Even with the need, the cost has people asking the city for other solutions.
It is a pretty monstrous tax increase.
And the city will meet again to discuss this on May 9th.
Well, the latest government inflation report confirmed a lot of what drivers might already be thinking. It's really expensive to drive a car right now, even as the cost of new and used autos have fallen off their peaks.
CNN's Karen Kaifa explains what's pushing up the costs.
An uptick in gas prices helped fuel overall inflation last month, but that wasn't the only auto-related driver. According to the March report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, auto insurance costs have spiked 22% over the last 12 months. Auto maintenance and repair costs are up 8.2%. Greg Brannon, director of automotive research for AAA, says insurers simply have more costs to cover.
One thing that we can't ignore when it comes to the cost of insuring a vehicle is that cars are more expensive today than they were years ago.
And while prices for new and used vehicles have fallen off of pandemic-era peaks, newer features that make a car safer, Brannon says, like advanced driver assistance systems, make repairs more specialized.
They also make it a little bit more expensive to repair. And it's not just that. Labor rates are up at body shops and repair shops around the cost of parts. And it's also often that you're having to wait for those parts to arrive.
Brannon says drivers looking for some relief can effort lower mileage by carpooling, for example, but don't cut corners on maintenance.
When things are tight, it's actually more important to do that maintenance then, because you're less likely to be surprised by a big repair bill, and the vehicle is also more likely to perform well and get the fuel economy that you're looking for.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Beautiful Saturday. We've been talking about it all week. Blue skies and sunshine and a high of 70 degrees. 56 is our average high. I'll be back with the second half of your weekend forecast and the changes on the way next week after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by River City Glass.
We're the easiest way to shop for floors, and going on now is our Carpet One Teal Tag Sale, where you can save up to $1,000 on new floors. Special financing is available.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
For a limited time, Pape Machinery is blowing out select model year 2023 inventory at dealer cost. Pick up a brand new John Deere compact tractor for a fraction of the original price. Stop by Pape Machinery Ag and Turf today to get started.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
You're feeding it.
I will, I promise. Thanks to our Premier Rewards Visa credit card from ICCU, we earned enough cash back to stock up on puppy supplies.
But we don't have a puppy.
They're very convincing children.
We're the easiest way to shop for floors, and going on now is our Carpet One Teal Tag Sale, where you can save up to $1,000 on new floors. Special financing is available.
2 locations, Flooring Outlet and Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
The death of O.J. Simpson. His final days revealed. Next Inside Edition. From American icon to notorious villain. The Simpson saga from Inside Edition's video vault. His explosive temper. And what happened to the girlfriend who came after Nicole's murder. The death of O.J. Simpson. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
We continue to follow that breaking news out of North Spokane County. We now know one person died in that crash that's closed a section of Argonne Road. It happened near the Argonne and Bigelow Gulch Road intersection.
And that's where our Bronte Saratsky is live tonight. So Bronte, what have you learned in just the last few minutes here?
Yeah, we now know more about what happened here at Argonne and Bigelow Gulch. Now we know that there was a 2-person car crash that ultimately led to one person dying and another person being taken to the hospital. Now I'm going to step out of the frame just so you can see what is going on here. But this crash has closed Argonne going in both directions. People are being detoured right now, and all part of this area they're being detoured on Bigelow Gulch is also under construction. So there was a bit of a traffic situation earlier. People were trying to drive here on Argonne, and sheriff's deputies had to pull them over. People were running over these flares down here. So just if you are traveling to this area, keep in mind that Argonne here is going to be closed for at least a few hours. Now this closure extends a bit farther. It goes from here at Bigelow Gulch all the way up to Bruce Road. And like I said, one person's dead, another taken to the hospital. We don't know much more than that, but we will continue to keep you updated as we learn more information about this situation. But for now, reporting live in Spokane, Bronte Saratsky, 4 News Now.
Bronte, thank you.
All right, we're tracking some isolated thunderstorms to the south of us. Let's check in with Chris Crocker now on that first alert forecast.
They have not made much progress to the north. We're watching some thunderstorm activity in parts of northeastern Oregon, and it is moving to the northeast, maybe impacting Lewiston and Clarkston later this evening. Also as far north as Moscow and Pullman, you may get some shower activity tonight. A few sprinkles around the Moses Lake area, Royal City, but that is not going to be around for long. Expect dry conditions as we get into the overnight. We're just seeing the clouds in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and they will not be around for long. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be a warm, sunny weekend. High temperatures in the 70s in many locations. Showers possible late Sunday in the familiar locations from the central panhandle down through the Palouse. I'll show you in just a moment. and that takes us into a cooler and windy Monday. But first, let's take a look at the weekend forecast. We've been talking about this all week, and it is looking good. We're going to start the day off each morning in the mid-40s. Those temperatures are above average and about 15 degrees above average both Saturday and Sunday. A little more sunshine on Saturday. The clouds will begin increasing late in the day on Sunday as a cold front makes its way through. It's also going to pick up our winds late in the day on Sunday. Here's 7 o'clock Sunday. And again, we're seeing most of the wet weather with this system from the central panhandle down through the Palouse and then headed further to the south into parts of Oregon. In Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, I think we'll just be seeing an increase in clouds, but meteorologist Matt Gray will keep you updated on that through the weekend. In the meantime, it is going to have an impact on our temperatures, that cold front. We're up at 74 on Sunday and then quite a bit cooler Monday, but still above average. This white line is our average high. Then we dip down below average, another 10-degree drop for Tuesday. Then our temperatures look like they are going to start to increase again with long-term trends indicating above average temperatures moving on through the rest of April. Meanwhile, here's a look at your morning lows for Saturday. We're in the 40s in most locations, 51 in Lewiston, the 30s in Winthrop and Colville. Basically, the further north you go, the more likely you're going to be clearing out earlier in the day and seeing those temperatures drop. High temperatures on Saturday, a lot of 70s to point out to you, including in Spokane, St. Mary's, 71 in Pullman and 78 degrees in Lewiston. Staying in the 60s in Sandpoint, Coeur d'Alene and Kellogg, but just barely. And you'll likely be in the 70s on Sunday as our warming trend peaks with those clouds moving in late in the day. On Monday, our winds pick up, but we're going to be staying dry until late Monday night and into Tuesday. That's our next chance of showers. And then we start warming back up again in the forecast.
And speaking of those warm temperatures, Chris, something a little less exciting, the pollen. So if your eyes are getting itchy, listen up.
All right, meteorologist Matt Gray checking in on the pollen counts and how you can use the weather forecast to avoid all that itching and sneezing.
And this may be more practical information than you think, because I know what people are thinking. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say, hey, just Google the pollen count and figure it out. But it is not that simple. Hopefully, you will be able to get some help from this report if you're starting to really feel it right now. All right, so multiple studies in recent years found that most pollen counts that you can find with a quick search, well, they were only right about 50% of the time at most. And, well, we know what the grade is on that one. Make your jokes now, everybody who's watching. And that's because, look, there are not many places in the country that actually measure pollen to give us these baselines. Now, lucky for us, we do have reliable pollen measurements from Coeur d'Alene that we can use as evidence for how weather and climate affect pollen counts around here. So first, let's talk about allergy seasons. Tree pollen, which is what we're seeing right now, gets going in March and April. Grasses will join in the month of May. So May into early June, that's one of our worst allergy times. Tree pollen wraps up in June, and then we got a little bit of weed issues as we head into the summer and the fall as well. Now, the peak of each of these allergy seasons is a little different each year, and that all depends on how our weather and our changing of the seasons go. Over the past 5 years, Coeur d'Alene pollen counts in April match up with temperatures in March and April, and that includes so far this year. Moderate tree pollen was reported in Coeur d'Alene back on April 2nd, and so the warmer it is, the earlier that tree pollen gets going, and certainly that evidence bears it out. Now, 2024 is the warmest start we've had to spring since, get this, 2016. So if you're feeling the effects of some of that pollen already, the way things are trending, you might want to buckle up here for the next few weeks. So what can you do in your day-to-day life to try and avoid some of this nasty pollen? Well, first, you've got the daily plant cycle, the daily cycle from night to day. As we heat up during the day, the plants release that pollen. As they're growing, they're absorbing that sunlight, but they'll close up shop as we start cooling in the evening. So middays around peak pollen time, in the evenings and in the mornings, that's when you go outside. Warm, dry, and windy days, well, they also encourage more pollen production, help spread that pollen all over the place. And a cool, wet, and humid day, well, that can help lower pollen production and also, you get some good rain. It'll wash some of that pollen out of the air. So, considering the forecast for this weekend, likely be a little bit of a pollen palooza. So, just something you want to keep in mind as we're enjoying this nice weather.
Okay, pollen palooza is my new favorite expression.
It sound fun. It's not very fun.
Well, still ahead, the Federal Reserve considering raising interest rates again. What another rate hike could mean for your wallet. Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Things just keep getting better at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Our all-new 175-room resort hotel is opening soon. Elevate your experience with luxurious accommodations, state-of-the-art amenities, and exquisite dining. Visit SpokaneTribeCasino.com for more details. You just win here.
For over 30 years, we've been keeping you warm.
Or cool, but now we are taking you to the next level of innovation.
Fireplaces, sleek modern design, or traditional electric, efficient and trendy.
Lighting, permanent, decorative, year-long lighting, providing security as well as beauty.
These are just some of the ideas we are bringing to you for the next level at Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric. We call it Holiday Innovation. Call us today.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch, because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Nice work. You take card?
Can I get a check?
Sure. Let me go find one.
Thanks.
Check behind the VCR. Can I be frank? You're cutting off potential clients by not offering card payments. That's like only watching one channel.
That's fine. World War II channel.
One type of music.
Postmodern polka.
One chain.
Don't be a hater.
Try our mobile card reader.
Oh, good. You do take it.
Welcome to the future.
All right, let's power up.
Nice. 2 hands. 10 and 2. STCU Business.
Things just keep getting better at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Our all-new 175-room resort hotel is opening soon. Elevate your experience with luxurious accommodations, state-of-the-art amenities, and exquisite dining. Visit SpokaneTribeCasino.com for more details. You just win here.
PAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you going to build?
Well, around the nation, many signs point to a thriving U.S. economy, so experts have been predicting interest rate cuts. But recent inflation numbers have been pushing back predictions of when that might happen.
And now a handful of prominent voices are saying rate hikes might be in the future. Amy Kiley looks at why and how the uncertainty affects you.
We got to go all the way.
A small but growing number of Fed officials and economists say it's possible interest rate hikes could be coming. Fed Governor Michelle Bowman says an increase could be necessary if inflation progress reverses. And the Minneapolis Fed president says a hike is not off the table.
We stop short, then you all are going to say, well, maybe they're going to stop short next time.
Those are minority Fed views. But the new Consumer Price Index report shows inflation accelerating. That has former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers floating the idea of a rate increase. A wholesale inflation gauge out yesterday is better than expected, but it shows the highest 12-month increase in almost a year.
The one thorn in our side, obviously, is inflation, which has been very hard to vanquish.
The uncertainty is affecting the stock market.
There's so much dissent within the Federal Reserve and their governors coming out at different times. The fact that they don't speak in one voice, and I know they're not supposed to, but it can be so confusing to the marketplace.
It's also creating doubt that loan rates will improve soon,
which many people were expecting, whether to buy a car or to purchase a home in the next few months.
And stubborn inflation itself affects how Americans feel.
Even though Americans' wages overall have lately been outpacing inflation, that still doesn't mean that Americans feel great about their finances.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, the Biden administration plans to wipe away another $4.7 billion in student loan debt for around 277,000 people nationwide. Canceling debt has been a tug-of-war between the president and GOP-led states, with the Supreme Court upholding a lawsuit to block his initial plan. Now, the Department of Education has found a new path toward their toward their debt relief goal, using a different legal authority granted under the Higher Education Act of 1965. Some debt holders could qualify to have all of their interests cleared.
My administration will propose a new rule to cancel up to $20,000 in runaway interest for any borrower that owes more now than when they started paying the loan.
The White House says if all goes as planned, canceling accrued interest for qualified borrowers could begin as early as this fall. In total, President Biden has authorized the cancellation of $153 billion in debt for over 4 million people. That's more than 9% of all outstanding federal student loan debt.
Well, the number of middle-aged women seen at a hospital for alcohol abuse nearly doubled during the pandemic. That's according to a study published in the journal JAMA Health Forum. Researchers looked at claims from an insurance database for women who went to the ER or were hospitalized because of alcohol abuse. The data showed that visits nearly doubled for women between the ages of 40 and 65 during the pandemic. Among the diagnoses were complications from alcohol-related liver diseases like cirrhosis.
We have much more coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Including giving you a bird's eye view of a waterfall near the Boundary Dam in a brand new Air for Adventure.
Rogers High School was just awarded a large donation for their prom. How students hope to use the money and who nominated them coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Want to drive?
Really?
Most of us agree our roads are safer when we put away our phones. But we still have some people to reach. So spread the message. And set the example. Because that's how we make the road a safer place for you and your loved ones. Together, we get there.
With local utility rebates and massive tax credits available, it's now possible to upgrade to a heat pump for less than a traditional air conditioner. Heat pumps are far more efficient than air conditioners when it comes to heating and cooling your home. Get year-round comfort with higher efficiency, all while lowering your monthly utility bills. So don't be fooled into buying outdated air conditioning technology. Upgrade to a heat pump, the smart choice for smart homeowners. Call Bill's Heating and AC today for your free estimate.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the TurboMax engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,000 total value on Silverado, LTZ, and High Country models when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
At Just Between Friends, you'll find everything you need for your family. I got a lot of clothing, shoes, I got a changing table. It's been a lot of fun. Such a blessing to be able to shop, sell, and save at JBF.
Just Between Friends at the Kootenai County Fairgrounds this weekend. Hi, this is Tony Javier with APH Buys Homes, and we buy houses for cash. We're the call to make to sell your house as is and for cash. We buy homes all over the area in any price range. Inherited houses, foreclosures, bad renter houses, vacant houses, even nicer houses you just can't keep up with. Don't make any repairs or even clean up. And best of all, no closing costs. We're helping people just like you sell their house as is, so call now for a free cash offer.
Just call 509-818-1800. That's 818-1800.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
We continue to follow that breaking news tonight. A section of Argonne Road in North Spokane remains closed following a deadly crash.
Yeah, that could create an issue for drivers due to a nearby construction project on Bigelow Gulch. Let's send it back over to Bronte Starosky once again now with the latest.
Hey guys, so Argonne here at Bigelow Gulch is still closed going in both directions, and we still have a bit more information about what led to this. So we know that it was a two-person car crash. That is the reason it's closed. Now take a look. We do have a photo of this crash. We do know that one person has died and another has been taken to the hospital, and we're still waiting for more information from the sheriff's office. Now I'm going to step out of the frame so you can just see what we're looking at here, but you can see right here, all of Argonne is closed in both directions, and that goes all the way up the road. Now here, Bigelow Gulch was supposed to be the detour for Argonne was supposed to be the detour for the Bigelow Gulch construction, so cars are being asked to turn around. There is a bit of a confusion, so if you are driving in this area, just know to be patient because there are a lot of closures right now. Now, we still don't know much information about this crash. The sheriff's office is going to be out here for a few more hours as they work to learn more, but we'll be sure to keep you updated as we get more information. Reporting live in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
All right, thank you, Bronte. And let's send it over now to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. We have a beautiful weekend forecast ahead.
That is right. We are going to see some sunshine, warm weather right now as we look south over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, the Spokane County Courthouse. It's overcast conditions, a little sliver of light further to the north, and that is the case that most of the wet weather and the clouds are further south. In fact, here's a look at our radar right now, and we are seeing some of the rain making progress in a northerly direction. Some returns showing up around Pomeroy, Dayton. The thunderstorm activity, however, still on the Oregon side of the border, but you may hear some rumbles of thunder around Lewiston, around Clarkston. I don't think the thunderstorms will make it as far north as Moscow and Pullman. Here's a broader view on our satellite and radar. A few sprinkles around Moses Lake. Most of the wet weather is well to the south and is moving to the north and east. We'll get the clouds in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but the showers are going to take a turn to the right. Here's 9 o'clock tonight, maybe as far north as Colfax. We'll see some rain, and then heading into the central panhandle. Otherwise, we will be drying out and clearing out. So by Saturday morning, we are looking at a mostly sunny start to a beautiful weekend day. 45 degrees to start the day. That's above average, heading up to a high of 70, almost 15 degrees above our average high with mostly sunny skies. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Students at Rogers High School were featured on Good Morning America 3 today with a special announcement. The seniors were awarded a $50,000 check from JCPenney to host the prom of their dreams.
This comes as designer Johnny Wujek announced his new prom line with JCPenney, and he also surprised 3 other schools around the country with the same donation. Marissa Rio shares why seniors at Rogers High say this money is so meaningful.
Every single one of you are winners today.
Jumps and screams of joy is how seniors at Rogers High reacted to the announcement.
It was a really good experience and something that is definitely one in a lifetime.
And the hope is that the money will make their prom a once-in-a-lifetime experience as well, because prom is more than just a dance.
It's like kind of our last goodbye as like a group, and like all being together and being able to have a good time and not worry about anything else.
Following the announcement, student leadership discussed how this money should be used. Many saying it should help make it so students can do exactly what Autumn said, have a good time and not worry about anything else.
The goal for the money is to provide dresses and hair and haircuts and nails and all the things people need for prom to the kids who can't get it or were considering not even going to prom because of it.
The principal of the school tells 4 News Now this will help several of their students, as many of them come from areas of poverty.
Our kids don't often have an opportunity to do special things. Prom is one of them, and to make it even more special is going to be absolutely incredible.
The JCPenney at the Northtown Mall recognizes this too, and that's why they nominated Rogers for the award. And there's more to the donation. JCPenney in the Northtown Mall is also providing 22 girls with free updos. So they'll get to come in here and get pampered by one of these stylists before their special day. A supervisor at JCPenney who has 2 grandchildren at Rogers says she and the staff are excited for the students.
I think it's going to be that much more special for them not to stress about the money. Everyone gets fair, equal, chance to participate.
And now the students get to plan the prom of their dreams. Reporting in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Pretty great. And it wasn't just Rogers that received some amazing news today. Both the Cheney and Medical Lake School District received the state's Purple Star Award.
And that's the award that recognizes school districts that have successfully addressed educational, social, and emotional barriers students from military families may experience when their parents are deployed or maybe they're moving. The ESD 101 superintendent writing, "This designation is evidence of how diligently and thoughtfully the administrators and staff within Cheney Public Schools and the Medical Lake School District work to support our students whose caregivers are serving our country." Well, it is going to be a gorgeous weekend for an outdoor adventure.
2 new outlooks in North Pend Oreille County near the Canadian border that give you a fantastic view of the River Canyon and Pee Wee Falls. In tonight's Air 4 Adventure, why the name Pee Wee Falls is a little deceiving.
They're absolutely beautiful. It's kind of the crown jewel, I think, of the district. The Southern Lookout is the Riverside Mine Lookout, and there's a short hike to get down to the canyon where you can see the river. Pass by a historic cabin. When the mine was operating, they actually had a ladder that they went over the cliff and climbed down that ladder to get to the mine to operate down there. It's part of the Seattle City Light Boundary Dam FERC license, and so part of that license there's some requirements to implement some recreation projects within the boundary project area. It was the vision of Forest Service employees and employees of Seattle City Light to provide an opportunity to view the river, the canyon, and then up north Pee Wee Falls from areas that folks couldn't access before. It's just over 2 years ago, if you wanted to get a view of Pee Wee Falls, you'd have to hike through thick brush and forest over a mile just to get to the spot where the overlook is. And now you can drive to it and just walk a short little hike down a trail that's accessible. There's so many recreation opportunities out there. You can go to the Forebay area of Boundary Dam, and there is a place to camp there. You can put a kayak or a motorboat in or a paddleboard and paddle to see Pee Wee Falls from the water. We get visitors from all over that have heard of these overlooks that just want to go see the sights and the waterfalls. Have a great drive up there and enjoy the view.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Post Falls Volkswagen.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
Hi, I'm Martita, award-winning interior designer and realtor, and I always stop by Consign Furniture and Jewelry first. For my interior design projects, there is inspiration everywhere. One-of-a-kind, budget-friendly pieces, all in 60,000 square feet. For my real estate clients, whether they want to buy or sell, I always encourage them to consign. They do all the heavy lifting while you sit back, relax, and collect your check. Consign Furniture and Jewelry. Smart way to buy, easy way to sell.
I'm Mark Peterson with the 4 News Now Extreme Team. Are you planning a home or a building remodel or repair project?
Asbestos fibers may be present in roofing, insulation, flooring, ceiling textures, siding, and many other products. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or hiring a contractor, all parties are responsible for following the requirements. Prior to work, a survey must be done to see if asbestos is present. If it is, it must be left alone or properly removed and disposed of. Contact Spokane Clean Air for more information.
Next ET, high-rolling exclusives from CinemaCon, plus spilling the ET Couples Edition.
Cheers.
And on set of Fire Country.
Next, ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Are you ready?
You voted.
I want to see you in the top 20.
And your top 20 are revealed.
Pure gold.
Plus, Idol goes live.
Can you sing under pressure?
And anything can happen. New Idol, Sunday and Monday on ABC.
Well, listen up, Bloomies. You have until Monday to register for Bloomsday if you want your name on the race bib. The race will be held on May 5th, and the registration is just $35. All right. I know there's been some talk in the newsroom. Maybe.
I want to do it. I've been talking about doing it since I got here. I was pregnant last year, so that didn't work out.
I'm not going to say I've retired, but I think this has been like 3 years in a row I haven't done it, and I'm not doing it this year.
Do you miss it?
I'm not a runner. I don't know.
I always plan. I'm planning on doing it, then I won't. And I'll have FOMO Sunday morning when it happens. I'll be like, oh, I should have done it. And that'll last about until 3 in the afternoon, and then I'll be over it.
It is fun, though, being out amongst it all.
It is. I
Our
never
producer
regret
Steven's doing it.
Okay.
I'm holding him to it.
Matt Gray says he's doing it.
Perfect.
You go
That
peer pressure
now
yourselves.
it makes me want to get out there and see who I can beat.
Let's go, Chris.
I think it's zero people in the newsroom. Yeah, no. Competitive Chris is gone, and now I'm just going to look at this radar and tell you that the thunderstorm activity has really tapered off. That was over Oregon. Now we're just seeing some rain, and that is moving to the northeast. Expect some sprinkles in Pullman and Moscow, as well as Lewiston and Grangeville if it hasn't already started in your neighborhood. It will not be around for long. By tomorrow morning, we will be warm and dry across the region, and it's going to be sunny. High temperatures in the 70s this weekend. Showers moving in late Sunday, and then cooler, windy weather on the way for Monday. Ski report time. You can still ski this weekend and next weekend for that matter. Here's a look at your ski report. Mount Spokane is closed for the season, at least the lifts. You can skin up and ski down if you like. Schweitzer open this weekend, but this is the last weekend. Lookout Pass open this weekend, and then they are not doing their 7-day operations, just open on the weekend. And next weekend, I believe they have decided will be their last. Silver Mountain and 49 open this weekend, and then we'll decide weekend by weekend how they are going to proceed based on the snow conditions. If you are going skiing, I would get a real early start, first chair, because it's going to get pretty slushy by the afternoon, especially on Saturday with all that sunshine and a high of 70. Wear your sunscreen. You can get a heck of a goggle burn this time of year. 74 on Sunday with partly cloudy skies. Those clouds will be coming in late in the day, winds picking up late in the day, and the potential for some showers over the Palouse and the LC Valley late in the day. That is a cold front coming through. It's going to drop our temperatures a good 12 degrees for Monday, still above average. Then we're going to drop another 10 degrees for Tuesday, 52, a little below average, and then our temperatures start to climb again, and that is the trend. This is the 8 to 14 day forecast, April 20th through the 26th. Fairly strong signal of a prolonged period of warm and potentially dry weather. Not as strong a signal on the precipitation, but we're in the brown. Don't want to be in that for too long. We have things to grow. Saturday morning's lows will be in the 40s. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the 60s and 70s, and a lot more 70s on the map Sunday. Most locations will make it into the 70s before the winds pick up on Monday, showers on Tuesday, and then we dry out heading into the rest of the week.
All right, Chris, thank you. After losing head coach David Riley to Washington State, the Eastern Eagles were looking for a new head coach, and I think they hit this one out of the park.
Yeah, needless to say, they certainly have found their next head coach, and it's a very familiar face to our region, but maybe not the biggest shock. Coming up in sports, we're going to talk about the hire and how Dan Monson's connection runs deep within Spokane County and in the Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's Click-It RV's huge spring cleaning liquidation event, April 11th through the 17th at the Old Newport Cinemas. There's huge savings on motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and more. With super low interest rates, 0 down, and no payments until September. And our trade-up program gets you up to $4,000 above book. Enter to win $30,000 in cash or a new 2023 StarCraft trailer. So beat the spring rush and don't miss this huge spring cleaning liquidation event, April 11th through the 17th, 1 mile past the Y at the Old Newport Cinemas.
My daughter is Andrea, and I'm showing up in her life because I show up in mine. Forgiveness is, she trusts me, and I forgive myself for choosing drugs. I've been in long-term recovery since 2019. The Native Treatment Center gave me that spiritual connection to where I can have a healthy life and recover. Other people show me forgiveness by supporting me for who I am. One word can change the story. My treatment story starts with forgiveness.
With local utility rebates and massive tax credits available, it's now possible to upgrade to a heat pump for less than a traditional air conditioner. Heat pumps are far more efficient than air conditioners when it comes to heating and cooling your home. Get year-round comfort with higher efficiency, all while lowering your monthly utility bills. So don't be fooled into buying outdated air conditioning technology. Upgrade to a heat pump, the smart choice for smart homeowners. Call Bill's Heating and AC today for your free estimate.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
The Tire Store for auto repairs, tires, and wheels. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified, and you can start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
4 News Now is brought to you by Holiday Heating.
Well, after being away for 25 years, a familiar face is returning to the Inland Northwest. Just about an hour ago, Eastern Washington University made it official. Dan Monson will be the next head coach of the men's basketball program. And he is no stranger to Spokane County, as Monson led the Gonzaga Bulldogs on that famous run to the 1999 Elite Eight before taking over at Minnesota for 8 seasons, and then Long Beach State, where he stayed for 17 years. Until the university fired him before the conference tournament about a month ago. Of course, that team went on to make the NCAA tournament before falling in the first round to former pupil Tommy Lloyd in Arizona. Now, the introductory press conference for Monson will take place on Monday afternoon in Cheney. Now, the Idaho Vandals are coming off their best season in about a quarter of a century, making it all the way to the FCS quarterfinals. And if they want to make another deep run in the playoffs, they're going to have to do it without a lot of familiar faces. Quarterback Giovanni McCoy moved on after a very successful 2 seasons in Moscow, and now the reins turn over to Jack Lane. In his limited reps so far, the redshirt sophomore is impressed, and Jason Eck calls him the smartest quarterback he's ever coached. Of course, it's going to take a lot more than Lane to get back to the postseason, and that'll come with the experience at other positions. The Vandals returned 5 starters on offense and 8 on defense. And even though we're still a few months away from the 2024 season kicking off, Coach Eck wants to use this spring ball time to see how his guys' off the field preparation translates to the practices.
You know, some guys are big and strong and fast, but then when you have to process things, you have to remember what the play call is and how to line up and all those things. it's a little different. So, just how things carry over to football and things. And I think we definitely see some guys who've made, gains in the weight room in the offseason that are showing up and carrying over to the practice field. But, this is the best evaluation, actually playing football. And, we're scrimmaging a little bit more than we have. We didn't go live today, but, we're scrimmaging more and tackling more than we did last spring. Just by design, just because we have a few more unproven guys that just need more reps to get better.
The Vandals have 6 more practices before the annual spring game on Friday, April 26th inside the Kibbie Dome. And checking in on the Seattle Mariners, they are just underway with the Chicago Cubs. M's looking for their first series win of the year. They can do it this weekend, but they're going to need to take 2 of 3 off of Chicago. We'll have the post-game coverage coming up on Nightside. Guys, send it back to you.
Alex, thank you. All right, here's a live look at the podium across the street from us. The host of the 2024 Women's National Wrestling Championships happening right now. One of the hundreds of wrestlers competing for a national title is University High School's Lily Roberts, who says there is nothing better than getting to compete in her hometown, especially at the podium.
This facility's great. It's pretty new. One of the better facilities I've wrestled in, definitely.
And the tournament runs through Sunday. For more information about the event, you can look for this story on KXLY.com.
And here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Some injury lawyers you see on TV aren't even from here. They could be in Texas, California,
or even worse, Florida.
Local representation matters.
Good luck getting attention from 1,000 miles away.
Call the advocates.
We're here for you, not way over there for you.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bathfitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Considering selling your RV? R&R wants it. Tired of paying storage fees? R&R needs it. Just don't use it anymore? R&R will buy it. Due to a critical shortage of pre-owned RVs, R&R RV is currently paying our absolute top dollar for your used RV. Any year, any make, any model. Turn your RV into cash or flip it for a newer model. So if you no longer use it or want it, let R&R RV buy it. Visit the R&R RV Superstore in North Spokane or call Ryan at 509-244-5888.
Being a Reardon bus driver is incredibly rewarding.
It's hard work with a lot of responsibility.
But it's also amazing to be the first and last Reardon staff member that many students see every day.
If you're seeking a supportive team, competitive wages,
and the opportunity to make a lasting impact,
look no further than Reardon,
where every student is known,
loved, and learning.
You know what I've learned from playing soccer? Play as a team, outwit your opponent, and never give up.
You know what I've learned from being a lawyer? Play as a team, outwit your opponent, never give up.
No wonder we work so well together.
Yeah.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
All right, coming up tonight on Nightside, this story of an Idaho rancher specializes in raising goats, but not for the reasons you think. Why his goats have made him world famous.
I am glad I'm going to be here for that. I'd like to hear. Sunny tomorrow, mostly sunny on Sunday, an increase in clouds late in the day, and you can see what happens next. But, you know, it's the weekend.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
I can't believe it. 70 and 74. There was a point this week where the 70s went away. I just want everyone to know.
Yeah.
In case you weren't watching every day with us.
She made it happen. She brought him back.
I saw the look on your faces.
See you at 11.
live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.